Okay, people, so welcome to another informal www.ee, Wise Wild Women Exposing Evil. This is my new friend Heather Brown, aka Prue Halliwell, and I'm Angela Paradisney. You can find me on Facebook or YouTube, Angela Paradisney and Angie Paradisney, and we're just going to, I've actually asked Prue, this is not formally another in-your-face expose, although we can't help ourselves, but I've actually asked Heather to help me negotiate the trolling because I've just got a month's worth of YouTube comments and Facebook messages and notifications all over the place. 80%, well, we'll see at the end of it, but it seems to me like 70% of which are trolling. And I described it yesterday to Heather as like sifting through a baby's nappy to find a sixpence. Not a pleasant experience. And Heather said to me, and I've been thinking about this a lot because she's not the first person, Heather said to me, don't feed the trolls. But as I think about that, it reminds me of my mother giving me advice as a child, where I was often persecuted. I wouldn't say I was bullied, not bullied per se, but I've always had something about me that would generate, I don't know, envy, jealousy, begrudgery. I don't know what it is, but there's like just always been something that makes people, certain kinds of people, rise up. And my mother used to say, oh, just ignore them, they're only jealous. And then I've talked recently about 12-step programs and how part of the traditions is don't go public, don't make yourself visible, don't get in confrontation, and so on and so forth. And then even the Christian, pseudo-Christian interpretation of turning the other cheek, I actually think, used wrongly, all of that advice can be social engineering and mind control to actually suppress people, a bit like the Catholic Church teachings, you know, that you can't divorce and so on and so forth, and you know, you can't ABC. A lot of these things that we've believed actually are mind control tactics. So the thing I'm thinking today is, it's actually not feeding the trolls to stand up to bullying. And my experience of bullies is the only way to disable a bully is to stand up to them. So I actually admire people like Heather and people like Tracy Morris that just run into the storm. They don't hide, they don't say a rosary. You know, they don't go all philosophical about rising above it. They just hunt them down and fucking deal with them, you know, and even in some ways Jockney Rebel's a bit like that. And I'm very fond of her. I went to bed laughing. Now she may be raging with us for what we did yesterday, or me.
Oh, but they have sent her the video. The Mackenzie Devils have messaged her the video.
Oh, well, that's okay. I don't care. I'm sure she...
They've messaged her. And they're also going to message Sabine McNeil and Belinda Mackenzie.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
She knows what I think of her. I don't care.
Well, you see, the thing is, I'm always willing to be wrong, and I do err on the side of thinking the best of people. I do think Beth was having a moment. I do think, you know, I do think she was being neurotic, and for whatever reason, it's up to her to deal with, you know. And like, I don't claim to be the best house guest in the world. I smoke, you know, I like a few drinks, and if I'm stressed, I like a few more. And, you know, I don't know. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I thought a lot about, well, maybe Belinda's innocent, because when people say, oh, I heard this, I heard that, as I've watched the trolling unfold about me, and I know it's not true, well, then things are not always as they seem.
You know? Well, they're saying that I used to be a man.
I know, but that's one of their first tactics. They do this inversion thing. So, you know, one of the earliest trolling tactics against me was I'm a man because I've got a deep voice, you know. And another one was they sort of do this mirror thing. So, you know, like the Clintons have a body count.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then they try and assign a body count to me that people that come on my show end up murdered, like Patrick Cullinan, or sectioned, like Jake and Arthur, or arrested, like Rupert and Sabine and Nilu and Lee. You know, and it's very part of the brilliance of mind control is that there's a grain of truth in there which makes you think, oh my God, I've got the lurgy. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you better not come near me, it's too dangerous. But it's all inversion. It's all inversion. So they're doing this Hillary body count inversion, you know, and then they do the other inversions like, oh, her charities are a scam. No, the charities that are a scam are the Clinton Foundation, Live Aid, Sport Aid, Help for Heroes, Comic Relief. Do you know what I mean? You name it, that's a scam. Little people like me innocently raising a few thousand for a Kenyan orphanage or for bloody Stoke Mandeville, you know, we're just the small fry. Now it sounds like there's a tunnel or a tsunami going on.
Where?
I don't know if it's your end or mine. It's probably...
This processor is making a whirring noise. But
yeah.
The machine has... I'm waiting for this machine to get up and sing and dance and play the ukulele because it has been playing up the whole... Since I switched it on, switching itself off and on. And I'm thinking this house is bloody haunted. Switching itself off and on, restarting itself.
It's probably GCHQ.
What it gave me the impression of was that my screen was being remotely accessed. But
yeah,
remote access is switched off. So remote access is not working, but I have reset it. It was going on via Internet Explorer, and Internet Explorer is the most popular way of hacking a computer. So I guess maybe the devils have picked up my computer name, my unique ID, and they will have picked it up because I've been on their website, haven't I, reading it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, somebody sent me a clever way to access Hampstead Research without them accessing you, which is to go via their archives. If you look up Hampstead Research Archives,
yeah,
click on that link, it doesn't show your IP address.
Oh, I just went there to read what they were writing about me.
Yeah, but if you go there again in future, go in via archives, and then it won't show your IP. And that's one of the reasons I don't go there, is because I know that when you go to WordPress, even just to view something, but especially if you comment, it gives your IP address, you know, so they know, and it gives your identity, so they know, oh, so and so's reviewed our blog, you know. So I don't.
It will give the unique identification number of this computer and the computer's name. It will give the name, so they're able to then access you.
The truth is that technology is so advanced that people can view through, you know, it's like if we really knew, like the recent WikiLeaks Vault 7, if we really knew what they're capable of, we would laugh at our little attempts to try and be, that's why I don't try and be private, but that's not the point. There is no privacy. We're beyond 1984. But I want to ask you, right, I want us to get into doing some work here on share screen, because tell me why you think James Hind is not Julian Vane.
Because Julian Vane's a completely different man. He's a completely different person. I've seen pictures of him.
But James Hind is a pseudonym. It's a fake profile.
I don't think so. He's an actual person from the Church of Satan, from the London Church of Satan. Okay. Julian Vane is a completely different individual from Salima.
Julian Vane's based down in Devon or Dorset.
Well, he goes on about the London chapter of the Church of Satan.
Who? Julian or James?
James Hines does.
Right.
As if he invented.
Now, if they're two separate people, I think we're going to catch out an agent called Chris Costa, who's been sowing, I suspect, fake intel. So I'm just gonna examine that. So share screen.
Yeah, you'll have to do it because this was.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it. I've got a laptop I could probably give you if your thing is ancient. Right. Well, that's something else, so we'll minimize that because I want to go in there because that's where it's got. But let's go.
Yeah, and another thing is all my Facebook messages are being read. When I go and get them, they're already opened. They've already been read.
Oh, well, you've been well and truly hacked. Do you have any security software?
Yes, I have software to fix the computer, which I've been doing. That's what I was doing all afternoon. When I would get to sort of down into the list of fixing it, it was switching itself off and back on, and it was doing it by itself. That's why I think the screen was being watched. Whoever was watching it could see me fixing it. They could see me using the software.
Now let's see if here's this WordPress, which is run by Chris Costa, who I suspect is a disinfo agent, or she's just naive and stupidly follows people like Sonia Van Gelder. And it's very controversial. Now, stop child abuse. Now, MK Ultra, Dearman's Cult is harassing pensioners. Now, it looks like a very good blog, and this is why I held her in the highest esteem for a long time. But I'm pretty sure she's done a very comprehensive blog saying that James Hind is Julian Vane. I know where I'll find.
James Hind is not Julian Vane. Julian Vane.
So if that's the case, it will prove that Chris Costa is lying. It not just lying, but like misleading people.
Purposely.
Yeah, that would be the case. Now, this is the first time I've ever visited this blog. I know I'll find another way. We'll leave it at that for now, but if there's any, it's like, because this share screen thing is so, I don't know how to search her blog to see where is the blog that says who is James Hind. But that's definitely an area for research, is to find out, is Chris Costa planting fake intel? Because
maybe she really thinks he's the same person.
No, because her intel, it actually seems like a very good site. So her intel, if it is an agent thing, it's very clever.
Yeah.
Because it seems like she's a superb researcher.
Well, I don't know if she would
so
have
that
the
would
idea.
fool a lot of people. It fooled me. Where are we?
Where did she get the idea that they're the same person?
Well, apparently, allegedly, you see, she's done a few of these blogs on who is. She does these blogs like who is so and so and who is so and so, and I'm almost certain that on her blog she's done a thing on who is James Hind.
Well, James Hind
gives a lot of IP evidence and everything. I've got to stop share to get you back. She gives a lot of IP evidence and everything to indicate that James Hind is Julian Vane. Now, if that's not true, that's a deliberate disinfo.
Well, you can't tell by the IP address, because my IP address would say that I am people in Scotland, because my IP address, Google picks up my whereabouts from my IP address as me being in West Lothian. But I'm hundreds and hundreds of miles away.
Yeah, I know. I used to use AdShield to watch British television. I used to use a sort of, a UK IP address so that I could access BBC iPlayer. So I know you can do that. And
Well, no, it just automatically does it.
I know you can ping addresses all over the place, but it's not just that. It's like, I'll give you another example. It's just, I wonder if I've been fed with false, fake information from very respectable looking sources like Chris Costa and Sonia Van Gelder. But I'm just going to plow on and do what we set out to do.
Okay.
And the first thing I'm going to, you cannot minimize Zoom when you're recording. Okay. All right, so I'll go share screen again. Right, I'm going to go into some of the intel. You still sound like you're in a tunnel.
Well, I can't understand it. I mean, I don't know why it's sounding like that. Does it sound, it's exactly the same as yesterday. How does it sound any different?
There's a sort of a, maybe it's just that you need
better.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's
yeah, I turned up the microphone. I turned up my microphone.
So now I'm going to go through a load of, oh, where's it gone? I want Messenger where I haven't accepted them. What's that Ed bit, man? Oh, that's not it. See, I'm not as slick as all these youngsters that just do this at the drop of a hat. So I'm going to go home. And then I'm going to go Messenger. And then I'm going to go to, it's what I want to find is people that have asked me to connect to me and I've declined. So let's have a look.
Well, I have had this this Pete Sergate shoved off of Facebook yesterday because he sent me a whole rake of messages, quite nasty messages.
Yeah.
Why do they even watch the videos? Why are we of any interest to these people? They don't know us. So
well, this is why I say it's not, it's organised, it's government funded. It's either government or cult funded.
I think they're little kids.
Message request.
I don't think they're actually adults. The things that they come off with.
Here we go. Right, I've got it. No, they're pretty slick. I know they're pathetic sometimes and they're funny.
Yeah, I just think they're childish. I think these are young teenagers doing this. I don't think, well, mind you, teenagers hack NASA, so I'm not underestimating teenagers, but even they pump out 5+ videos a day. Yeah, so they must not be working then. They must be people who do not work, so they're either teenagers.
They wouldn't have the funding. They would need to have money to have the software and the know-how to edit. And, you know, I think they've got money behind them. And I've been told by people that they are protecting politicians and very high-level people involved with the Hampstead cult. Like the London part of the global pedophile unit is huge, and we stumbled upon it because of Gabriel and Elisa being so brave. But it's organised. We can have different opinions. You think they're a bunch of teenagers who are just stupid. I think they've got money behind them, which is either CIA, GCHQ money, or it's cult member Hampstead money. But 2 of my videos have been banned in the UK. No, 3 of them have been banned in the UK. 2 of them by government legal complaints.
Oh.
Yeah. And 1, I can't remember what the other one was. I've had 3 UK bans and 2 videos banned in Ireland. The ones in Ireland were banned on defamation allegations. But the thing that's a victory is that they tried to get my videos, those particular videos, totally taken down, and YouTube only agreed to ban them in the country where the complaint came from. So you can still view them from anywhere else.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, because they were talking about this. They were talking about having these videos banned.
Yeah, well, they've never got a video. The only video I ever got taken down, and I could re-upload it really, was 2 videos with somebody called Christine Joanna Hart, and she slapped copyright claims unlawfully, really, because she'd asked me and given me her passwords and everything to upload, but she didn't like how she came across in the show. So I let it go. It didn't, she sanctioned my channel for a while, and then I appealed and it got lifted. The sanctions got lifted, so I let it go. But other than her, I've never had a video globally banned. Only 3 banned in England and 2 banned in Ireland. But
they were talking about the Irish, the ones that were banned in Ireland. They were talking about, because they were asking, can they still be seen in the UK?
Of course they can. I'll post them again. I'll post them again. But let's start going through these weird. I don't know if I'm on the right channel here. This message has been. A lot of the accounts get busted as fake. A lot of these are just. What I'm looking for is notably. Oh, it's great. See, a lot of them have been disappeared already. But what I'm looking for is one from here. I think we'll get to it soon. Here we're getting to some of the trolls now. Right, this is a fake profile account generated probably by Hampstead under the name of Vedberry. Oh, good. So now here's Aaron Folkestone. Now he's a definite fake profile. Now I'll just read some of these because I ignore them. But this is like a litany of abuse. Oh, right, nice. I thought I'd had no death threats. Okay, so she needs to be cut up and stuck in a bin liner. And then Hampstead try and take the high ground. Now, this was from Aaron Dover, and I think...
Well, they're actually accusing us of threatening that Donnelly woman.
Oh, we're not threatening her.
We're threatening her.
No.
They're saying that I said I would give her a Glasgow kiss. Well, this is complete. They can't
you didn't say that at all. And I need to correct a couple of things. I don't think she's from Glasgow. I think she's from Perthshire or Aberdeenshire or somewhere. But she referred to it as the Glasgow kiss as well. But that's how clever they are. We talked about Beth Jockney being renowned for giving people Glasgow kisses, which is to headbutt them unconscious. At no stage, I mean, I can't imagine for a minute. I would never do that to anybody, and I can't imagine you would either.
No, they're also saying you threatened to kill this Rupert bloke. Well, you never threatened.
I knew they'd edit that. I said, if Rupert's just scared, I'll forgive him. And if he's an agent, I'll kill him. And then I instantly qualified that, saying, well, I won't kill him, but he'll have God to deal with. But that's what malicious editing is. The minute I said, if he's an agent, I'll kill him, they will cut and shut that. And
yeah,
then
they're saying,
oh, she issued a death threat.
Yeah, they're also saying that I'm a nasty bitch, that I said I wish my sister was dead. Well, the person I said I wish she's dead, she's not my sister.
Yeah.
In fact, she's not my sister. She's the child of the people I lived with when I was a child. But I'm not related.
Is, you know, we say things emotionally, and clearly it's not literal, you know. So
oh no, if she was raptured up in 5 minutes time, I'd be perfectly happy. I can't stand the woman. I don't like her. I can't stand her or her
that's
mother.
okay, you're entitled to that. So anyway, that's my view, and I think all shills should ideally be burned alive in the streets, right? So death to all shills. So that was an outburst from Aaron Dover, but I think I've sorted that with him.
Well, Aaron Folkestone is not a real person, is it?
No, it's a fake profile. This is the thing. The bottom line with all these people is they're cowards, and it's all fake profiles. So, like, if I said to them, do you want to do a Zoom and do an interview? They run for the hills. So here's some comments. This is all from Aaron Folkestone, fake profile. This is what happens when you do too many drugs. Well, I don't do drugs. That's a man, definitely a bloke. Do you see what I mean? This is how they early started.
Yeah, this is what they've started with me, that I'm
and
a
that's
man, that I look like.
reversal because of Michelle Obama and all that stuff. I second the bin liner idea for that sick motherfucker, tranny trap, pervert, deceiver, pos, whatever. And that's Felix Culper. That looks like a fucking man. Yep, Michael Obama, also the Williams sisters, and that chick from Alias is a man. So that's just one conversation. So I'm just carrying on with this because I've never read these.
That they actually, well, these things that they say, these are things that a little kid would say. These are things that teenagers would say. And they spend all day on this. So there clearly are people who do not work.
Well, here's another one. Angela Power Disney, there's no way that's a woman, more like Walt Disney Jr., ha. You're absolutely...
Oh, well, I'm apparently Chubby Brown. You know Chubby Brown, the blue comedian?
No.
But there's this man, I've met him when I worked in holiday camp. I worked in Pontins in Canberra Sands, and he was doing the holiday camp, and he was the entertainment. He's called Roy Chubby Brown. He was banned in Britain for ages because he's very, very, very rude.
Oh, I've got a vague memory, yeah.
Well, apparently I look like Roy Chubby Brown.
It's just psychological warfare. It's just ways to insult and get in your head. Stupid cow, yes, you do need to do your research. Crocodile's easily made, and I'm sure drug dealers would not waste time. Oh, this is when, crocodile. Money and effort with risk of getting caught importing something that can be made in the UK, of which the drug has no market in the UK. So based on that, what she said is utter bollocks. Oh, and she spoke to Putin in LOL, 100% sure. Great video. Well, whatever. So we'll just carry on with that.
Well, there's nothing to do with their time, because if they sit watching these videos we make all day, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, but the British Army advertised for 400 computer-savvy recruits.
Yeah, they wanted teenagers. They wanted young
kids.
They
might be teenagers, but they could be on GCHQ payroll. It doesn't matter. I don't care. People in the UK urgently need to free him by any means necessary, including legal force if required. That was Aaron Dover talking about Jake Clark. Urgent Hampstead satanic ritual abuse, free Jake Clark. It'll be interesting to see how you deal with this now that the shoe is on the other foot. Please also remember that we tried to warn you about Aaron. You're welcome. This is the video description, by the way. Again, we oppose Aaron's death threats, and this is attachment unavailable, so it's obviously been taken down. And then let's see, it gets tedious, like I've only got so much. Right. Angela Power Disney shared Steve Quayle's post. YouTube to fight trolls by hiring an army of trolls to delete videos they disagree with. Alex Jones, InfoWars, there's a war for your mind. Right, that's boring. Then, oh dear, and there's another attachment unavailable. So there's not just me. Some people are getting this stuff out there, which is great. What we've got here, Nina Nutbag, which is a fake profile based on my friend. Angela, hi babe, it's me. What did you think of Aaron Dover's disgusting death threats to you? And will you be withdrawing your support for him? Sabine was in court today on her birthday, which has happened many times over the past year, eh? How does that work? How many birthdays does she have? Now, it's true, they do that, but never mind. Nina, I would ask Sabine, can't help you with that. That's Conscious Consumer Network that I used to work for. No, it was Angela who said it. She said earlier in the show, Sabine was in court today on her birthday, which happened many times over the past year. It's just that I didn't know Sabine has many birthdays in 1 year. That's more than the Queen. The other question is more important, though. Will Angie still be supporting Aaron Dover now that he's made death threats to her? Actually, yes, I'd like to talk to Aaron Dover. I think like any incited, wounded, outraged human being, Aaron Dover just got the wrong end of the stick. Yeah, Nina, last week I did not do that. This week I'm only going to delete your comments due to name calling. Nina Nutbag is obviously a troll.
But well, obviously, Nina Nutbag's not a real name.
No, it's a piss take of my friend, Nina Valentine. Don't forget to delete my questions and pretend I didn't ask them, just like you did last week. Oh, wait, you already did. Thanks for the screenshot. Cheers, big ears. Nina, but you know the rules, so keep to them, please. Rules, so don't flatter yourself, you amateur twat. So much easier. It's okay, I got the screenshots I needed, and we'll now post them on Hampstead Research. Thanks, Fruit Loop. Say hi to your white supremacist wife from me. That's just that's just whatever, boring. So, and then there's several more attachments unavailable, so they've obviously been taken down. By the way, I've got a lot of links, articles, videos and documents proving you to be a liar, an anti-Semite, a homophobe, a child abuser and a charity scammer. Do you mind if I PM them to Gabriella, Josh and Jamie and tell them all about what an evil bitch their mum is? Thanks, hun. Now they're talking about my children. Fortunately, my children are wised up to them, but what kind of sickos?
Well, they're going on about my son as well. They're saying, oh, her son must be in his mid to late 20s. How would they know what age my son is?
I think I might have said on a video he's 25.
Yeah, he's 25.
And then, so they know that. So they know that. Hey, pop pickers, this one's going out to Miss Disney and old Casarotti. You know, again, suck on this cunt. Now, they try and say to me that they don't send me anything obscene. Look at that. That's disgusting. They really are disgusting. And most of the attachments could not be loaded. So they've obviously clearly been busted by somebody. But, you know, that's how long I leave them to look at. So that's Aaron Folkestone. Nice. Proud of yourself. Now we'll go on to another Hampstead one. Fake profile. Because the sender's account requires verification. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here's another one. Same thing. Requires verification. You see, their stuff doesn't stay up long because they're fake.
Mm.
And then this is another one. Now, this is the sick one I was trying to find out. The fake profile in this name is made in the name. Are you familiar with Nilu Berry? Ved Chowdhury.
She's the one that's being evicted from her house.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had something on their site about this Nilu woman. They had the court orders. Where are they getting the court orders from? Who are these?
Because there's a lot of corrupt police and judiciary in the cult. This is what I'm saying. They're not children. They're not teenagers. They are well connected with the bent coppers and the bent judges. They are.
Well, they had the court orders of her eviction. She's got to be out of her house by the 23rd of March.
Oh God.
So her house has been repossessed. They had the repossession order, the court order, and they put it up on their commentary thing.
Well, I must get in touch with her, and that's heartbreaking, but I'm sure she'll rise above it. I love that woman. She's so brave. I don't agree with all her sort of doctrines of how the world works, but she's one of the bravest women I know. And some years ago, her 5-month-old niece was ritually murdered in hospital.
Ah, yes, I remember about this.
And herself and her sister, the mother, broke into, or not broke into, but they got access to the mortuary and they took photographs.
I've seen the photographs.
And the eyeballs were missing, and
yes. there was cotton balls were put in where the eyes were. Yes.
So those sick bastards made a name made a fake profile in the name of her murdered niece. Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's what it is, Sunaina Chowdhury, which is...
okay, yeah, because she's called
which is thick as fuck. So my mummy says that Jonathan King's story is from 2 years ago and that you're a lying old skank. What does that mean? You will pay for this, you evil cunt. Now, excuse me, Hampstead, where is it you say I don't get threats? So then I replied, or I put on a YouTube channel because they made fake YouTube profiles in my dead sister's name as well, and I said using my murdered sister's photo and persona is beneath contempt, and may the Lord rebuke you and deal with you ever so severely, you low-life bastard. Love to the Philippines, by the way, where gangs have already been alerted of your visit. Now, love to the Philippines, where now that worries me. Because I did not write what they've underlined in red. I did not write. And this is where hacking gets dangerous. I don't know any gangs in the Philippines. I know some churches. I know some Christians. I know some people in the, with contacts even to the Philippine government, but I don't know any gangs. And the bit they've added in red, love to the Philippines, where gangs have been alerted to your visit. I didn't say that. And that's what worries me. That's what I mean by hacking, that they can add a comment in like that. Now, this is what...
Well, somebody opened the message. When you sent the message to me saying, shall I send you the Zoom link, somebody else opened that was not me. Because I didn't find it. I thought, where is she? I was waiting for... But it was... I only when I clicked onto the old messages, I found it. So it was opened.
Wow.
By not me. And
well,
I have had...
I just presume that I've got nothing to hide. I don't condone privacy invasion, but with the nature of the work I do, I just presume everybody can see everything all the time, so that's fine. So here's the thing I got from this fake profile. It says, the word is that 2 masked men tried to shoot Mr. Dearman. Now, this is going back a while. See if we can get a date on this, 16th of August last year. The word is that 2 masked men tried to shoot Mr. Dearman and his children, and that Elisa has been seriously injured. That's on you, you nasty, evil old bitch, burn in hell. Now
well, I don't think so. If somebody had tried to shoot this Dearman man, it would have been on the news.
No, well, not necessarily. What was on the news was that the Filipino Prime Minister, or whatever you call them over there, he's quite radical, and he determined to overcome the drug trade and trafficking and what have you.
Yeah, he
wants to clean up the Philippines. So he declared an amnesty. He said anybody that shoots a major drug dealer will get a very light sentence, and anybody that's a lower down in the hierarchy drug addict, if you whistleblow, you'll get rehab and a very light sentence. So he declared this kind of amnesty. So it's very plausible that somebody took a pop at Ricky Dearman in the Philippines with the children there. But
he was in the Philippines.
The intel I got from more than one place, including this fake profile, who are we on? Let's just be sure. Sunaina Chowdhury, which is a disgusting fake profile in Neelu's name, dead niece's name. This is one of the sources. The word is that 2 masked men tried to shoot Mr. Dearman and his children, and that Elise has been seriously injured. That's on you, you nasty, evil old bitch, burn in hell. Now, I don't believe for a minute that they tried to murder the children, if this is a true story, but it's quite likely that Dearman would have used the children as a human shield. You know, but whether that story is true, it could be urban myth. And then it says, the UK, Ireland, and Spain police have all been alerted to your involvement in the attempted murder of a man and his 2 children. You will not get away with this. This time you've gone too far. And then he duplicates that message. Now, but here's where they're trying to set me up, right? I said everything up to you low-life bastard. They have photoshopped or otherwise transposed, superimposed, love to the Philippines, where gangs have already been alerted of your visit. And I would not say your visit. Anybody that analyzes my written work, that's not me. So we'll carry on. Here's Gabriella Barney. Now, this is another malicious good. That one's gone. But that was one based on my daughter Gabriella's name. Here we go again. See, this is so disgusting. By the way, how's your daughter? And they tried to say that they're honourable, you know. So this is, here we go, Gabriella Barney. And they've made this, now Chris Costa would have us believe that this is Dearman, but it could be a government operative too. Gabriella Barney, sorry, we can add Lady Diana to the ever-growing list of famous people Angela's related to, along with Camilla Parker Bowles, Madonna and Walt Disney. Walt Disney, not so much. Tracy Hunter, that's so weird. When it came up in my notification, Angela's changed her profile pic. I thought, oh, it's Lady Diana, beautiful pic. And I said distant relation, but won't brag because so are Camilla and Madonna, which is true. You can refer to my Facebook notes, Poetry in Motion, Poa spelled P-O-E-R. Ha ha, don't blame me then when you pull it like that. You're both very beautiful though. And then, oh, the internet connection is getting mixed up with. I'm proud to be related to Diana. Unsure about Gwen Stefani, not so much with the other two. Okay, name dropping over. Yeah, I said that. And then they put, nurse, yes, dear, of course. I said, yes, dear, of course you are now. Can I get you another blanket, dear? Angie, I'm related to Elvis, the Queen, and Gandhi, and I wrote Good Will Hunting. Well, I co-wrote The Genius with Tony Howard, Howard Brenton, and another student whose name I can't remember, but I didn't write Schindler's List. The Genius, which toured Europe as a theatre play, then morphed into Good Will Hunting, but that's beside the point. Schindler's List in the Bible. I'm 62, you know. I'm not 62. Yes, dear, I know. Now drink this. It'll make you feel better and make all those horrid voices go away. So they're just taking the piss there, you know, that's all right. And then, by the way, how's your daughter? Now that's disgusting. And are you still being really loyal to your son by using him in an eye surgery charity scam? That's bollocks. He had eye surgery and it was limited success. And are you still telling the world that he raped his girlfriend? No, I never said that. And do you still beat the shit out of them with metal sticks while pretending to be against child abuse? I used to discipline my children with a wooden, it's called a T-bar that you used for technical drawing. And it's a wood, and my daughter had one for technical drawing at school and it broke, so I got her a new one. But I used the sort of stick bit. Once in a while, I was raising 3 children on my own, including 2 sons, one of whom, well, Gabriella probably 2, but my son Josh definitely has ADHD. And by the way, there's my ADHD Ritalin prescription. It's still unused. I stopped using it. I don't know if the camera can see that. But for those that say I'm lying about having been diagnosed with adult ADHD. But so I used to, like, I was old school, and the way I was raised was, the way I was taught was, you know, spare the rod and spoil the child, which is in the Bible. So about 3 times a year, if the children were really wild, they would get a spanking with this wooden T-bar thing, never metal, and it never brutal, but it was just like, and then being, oh, like, Mum means, all right, we better behave. You know, so they've turned this into a whole thing about me being a child abuser. But I do, you know, I did believe in corporal punishment when I was raising my children. Not often and not in rage, but I did discipline them physically. And sometimes I felt like I didn't know what else to do, because raising 3 children on your own, including 1 or 2 with ADHD, is a challenge. And sometimes I just felt like, no matter how much I said, don't do this, don't do that, please do this, please do that, sometimes it was like, okay, you've just done something really outrageous and this is a consequence. So, rightly or wrongly, but I never used a metal stick on them. Or have you moved on to kicking the fuck out of your grandchildren? Well, I've never, well, I might have done that. No surprise to see you supporting the violent racist Wesley Hall, Ange. You two have much in common. And then it gives another, you know, troll thing against him. So we'll go on to the next one. Report me, cunt. It'll be fun while it lasts. Now, I can't remember who this one was, because obviously they've had their profile. Sylvia's husband committed suicide because of your harassment, you evil bitch.
Who is Sylvia?
Sylvia Mayer. Holly Gregg named her as one of her pedophile abusers in Scotland. So, I haven't read this yet. Sylvia's just starting to get her life back together. Well, why does she keep trotting down to the Royal Courts of Justice in London for anything to do with Hampstead cult cases? And if her husband did indeed commit suicide, I doubt very much it's anything to do with me. I think you might want to look closer to home. You're a fucking disgrace. Shame on you, you vile piece of shit. Right. Isn't this fun? Thank you very much for it. I'll be very glad. No, that's just a normal. Let's see filtered requests. Here, Pete Sergate, the one you had taken down.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, let's see what he had. Right, well, none of that's showing because you got him.
Yeah, because I got him taken off yesterday.
And then Stanley's obviously just an idiot. We'll just go delete. Hi, sweet. Yeah, delete. Hello, sweetheart. These are just your average romance scammers. How are you doing today? Oh, here's a nice one. You're a lying cunt. Here we go. Oh, God. See, it's no wonder I avoid these bastards. John Smith, this may interest you. Paedophilia is natural and normal for males. No, it's not. How some university academics make the case for paedophiles at summer conferences, well, loads of them do. What are you doing blocking people who tell you the truth? Seems you don't like the truth, Angie. Oh, so I must have blocked. Sorry, John Smith. Occasionally I overreact and get the good guys. Do you really think that the Church of Satan are out to waste their time chasing you, Angie? Go wise up, you fool. So Angela, so he gets nasty because I've obviously blocked him wrongly with a good link. I will share that link. So Angela, I wouldn't let you make money for me, so you're pissed off about it. Well, let me tell you, I will make sure that everyone knows about you. You're a lying cunt, a nasty piece of shit. Okay, thank you, John. That looks like I should have shared that link, and I accidentally blocked you, so apologies from me. Wow, Angela. Oh, shut up. That's just a romance scammer. Hi, Angela. Whatever, another one. Peter Lopez, hello. Go away. I must go through these and delete loads of them. Just looking for the Hampstead ones. Respected Sister Angela, that's a Christian scammer, but I think I get them as well. This is May by Pastor blah blah. Yeah, so that's like I get Christian scammers as well. Mohammed, hello. Bye bye. Tom Dashwood. Occasionally there's some decent people in here, and that's why if I go, how's it going? No, I didn't trust him. Antonio, hello dear. I like my name is Antonio. I'd love to be your friend. Fuck off. I'm nearly done. Ahmed Fayek. Sorry, don't mean to be rude. Well, that's nice, but like, I don't like people just random. Hello, I'm from Palestine. Oh no, hello. Hope that you know Gaza City, which affected the war. I had my family lost in the war in Gaza and bombed our house, and I need you to help for the amount of money so I can live. Well, sorry, but I can't pay my rent this month. I'm sorry for your troubles. But there's one in Spanish, so that's clearly... sorry for invading your profile. I just craved... I couldn't resist... Oh, fuck off. Paul Joseph, hi, go away. Right, I'm nearly done. I know it's boring as hell, but I think we've done all right so far. Mohammed Aiden, Maria Ferrari, Star-Lord lookalike. Anita Wiesner, Jesus, right, Spanish, Harold Kent, hello. No, hello. Tim Linus, hello. Cindy Scott, hey. No, can't add you, sorry. Just don't. Let's see if there's any more Hoaxsteaders. Hello, pretty. Hello, me Encanta. Wesley Clark. All right, let's have a look at this one. All right, it's gone. Your smile is so amazing, gone. James Brown. Hello, how are you doing? Go away. Gates Scott, you look splendid. Go away. How are you? Yeah, most of them are romance scammers, but the odd, nasty old Hoaxed one gets through as well. You're just plain gorgeous. Blah, 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 blah. David Rodriguez. John Christopher, hello, dear. Hello, beauty, fuck off. Amy. Live life to the fullest. Well, that's quite a nice, but I think it's... Hi, pretty. No, go away. Pearl Morgan. No, go away. Williams. Hello, pretty. Oh, shut up. How you doing? Well, still sure wake up. Right, I think that'll do for today. But I will get some help doing this tomorrow. I love you. Oh, yeah, I love you too, Abdul Karim. Hey. Oh, Roger Flutterby. Here we go. We've got another one. We'll just do this one. Sorry, this is tedious. We've got several from Roger Flutterby, which is alleged to be Ricky Dearman. So let's have a look at this. Oh,
Who said it's Ricky Dearman?
You see, this is it. It could be that Chris Costa has been planting fake information to lead people off the real truth. Chris Costa was regarded as the foremost, or one of the foremost, IP address forensic analysts of who's who.
If you can't find somebody using an IP address, you need to have the UID of the...
I'm just saying it in layman's terms because it's not my forte. But Chris Costa, just check out, if you get time, Dearman Does Hampstead, or else I'll narrow it down because the links were sent to me. And it may be, the clue you're giving me is by you insisting that James Hind and Julian Vane are different people.
They are different people. They're two different people.
Well, then somebody died. Now, all the Roger Flutterbys are gone. Albert Hall sent a photo, gone. Lara sent a video. God awaits you. God blessings over you. See, there's so many people scam. Well, that's quite nice, actually. God's blessings over you and your children. Put your trust in him. Claim the blood of Jesus over your children. Know he's able and willing to deliver and bring you into his safety. Praise be to his glorious name. Martin Royce, here's another one. Martin Royce, have you heard that one? And Lisa Radley. No. Yeah, we'll get you.
Lisa Radley.
Now, Lisa Radley is alleged to be Ricky Dearman as well.
Well, he can't be. He must have nothing else to do but sit on Facebook if all these people are him.
Is Belinda giving Rupert hush money? What a difference a month makes. Was it really only a few weeks ago that Rupert was bragging about having shown up outside Christchurch? I always shake hands with children. They seem to like it. It makes me squirm when mothers force children into hugging, etc. as a duty. Like, give so-and-so a kiss goodbye, etc. Yeah, which it does. Yeah, is that so, Angie? Because it makes me squirm when a mother regularly beats her children with wooden T-squares. Not regularly, 3 times a year for a season. Attacks them with garden rakes. No, I chased my daughter around the garden whilst I was raking leaves and she was being mean to her brothers. And beats the crap out of one of them for viewing porn. That I did do. I didn't hurt him, but yes, I lost it when he was looking at porn. But hey, giving them a hug or kissing them goodnight is far worse, right? So that's just Martin Royce, another one. Martin sent a photo.
What's wrong with you?
Jesus Christ, there's 24 unread messages from this sick bastard. Some of them quite funny, but it's actually...
Oh, these come off the hosted site. I've seen that one on their
Martin Royce, interesting that you don't answer the question about your mum's past as a convicted child abuser. I'm not convicted of anything. You and Gabriella Strano aren't connected on Facebook, so they've made a fake profile in my daughter's name or else they've harassed her, but my kids tell me. So about your mum's past as a convicted child abuser, I think that's very telling, Gabriella. But hey-ho, she's admitted it anyway. I'm not.
Come here.
As well as regularly beating the shit out of you and your brothers with T-squares when you were little. She's also boasted about how she kicked the crap. I don't kick, you idiot. Horses, donkeys kick. I don't kick. When he was a teenager and she caught him, that was once I lost my temper with Josh when he was porn viewing. She's also a pedo enabler over her Hampstead activities. No, as you well know. And you do realise that the reason she keeps pissing off to Lanzarote is because she's wanted by the Irish police. She's wanted by the Irish police for child abuse, harassment and charity scamming bollocks. Or did mummies accidentally forget to tell you that? Go on. Ask her what she said about her extradition treaty. See, they're nasty fuckers. Angela on her high horse and laughingly claims her children are being trolled. But while this guy mentions them, it's only information Power Disney herself put on the net, i.e. beating her own children, hypocrite. I used to spank them, not beat them, and they used to laugh at me because I wasn't good at it. Earth to Angela Power Disney, as long as you continue to falsely accuse innocent people of vile crimes, including an entire suburb, Hampstead, hello, entire families and their children, churchgoers, and now celebrities, many who've received death threats and some forced to relocate, you will be targeted until the law catches up with you. Oh, you're admitting targeting me now, are you? That's nice. You will end up in court one day. Let's hope I get a good judge. And hopefully jail where you belong, you despicable sociopathic excuse for a human being. Like all sociopaths with a narcissistic personality, you continue to demonstrate you're guilty of things we accuse you of which we have proved by your own denials. No, you don't approve. Goes to Sam.
Oh, this is goes to Sam. This one is always on their commentary.
Yeah. Well, it seems that
he was writing about me today.
Right. Well, the intel was that, and I do believe this, that multiple accounts on Hampstead are the same person. They just switch to a different fake profile and talk amongst themselves. Anyway,
yeah, I think they are. I think
how do you think your words also expose what a completely ignoramus? Ha, nice English, you. You really are, and demonstrate your fraudulent claim you were once a journalist. Bollocks. You cannot say in the same sentence that someone is acting as the cult leader or on behalf of the cult, followed by the use of the word alleged, pertaining to the same, you utter moron. If you cannot see the contradiction there, you're thicker than we know you are. All that cigarette smoke is blah, blah, blah. Ghost of Sam. Then he blah, blah, blah. Bodging everything without even bothering to employ so much as the back of a fag packet to add even a smidgen of forethought to proceedings. View, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, blah, blah, blah. Set for a collision course with reality. Well, this is just all shit from Spiny Norman is alleged. See, this is it. I don't trust anymore. This is another one, I think, on Dearman Does Hampstead by Chris Costa, who is Spiny Norman. So I don't trust her intel anymore. So blah, 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 blah. Angie thinks a trip to the UK proves she's not wanted in Ireland. Idiots, I went to Ireland too. Just another bit of, they owe me so many apologies. I'm still waiting for the bloody apologies. But then that's not the business they're in. But anyway, I would. Do you think I'd go to England and not go and see my children and grandchildren in Ireland? Charlotte Saint has been warped. I've never been a fan of Gabriella's like mother, like daughter. Nasty bastard, Lisa Risley. It's funny you mentioned not having any convictions about child abuse because coincidentally enough, neither Ricky Dearman, the McCanns, Ricky Gervais, Cliff Richard, George Michael, Sylvia Mayer, Stephen Fry. I could go on, but you get the idea. Actually, let's face it. No, you don't.
Stephen Fry's known to be a pervert.
No, I know. He made a play about it on the Dublin Fringe, on the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. He actually did a play about pedophilia and how hilarious it was.
Yes, and I used to work for Cliff Richard, one of his management company. I used to work for the daughter of Sonny Kruger, a woman called Lorraine Lewis. And her father had managed Cliff Richard back in the day, and her father and her husband used to call him Dirty Harry, dirty old Harry. And yeah, well, Gary Lewis used to go on about Cliff Richard being a paedophile, and they knew him.
Yeah, he's on the Elm Guest House guest list. He's on the. He used to go by Kitty. Loads of survivors have spoken about him. He used to use
Carol Kaplan,
Kitty,
who ran the Elm Guest House. Carol Kaplan. People say she was a German Jew. Carol Kassier, that's her.
Yeah.
Carol Kassier They say, oh, she was a German Jew. She wasn't Jewish and she wasn't German. She had a fixation with being German. She was a bit wacko. But her sister and her father used to play at the jazz clubs that were owned by Sonny Kruger and his father, the clubs in Soho. So Kruger knew Cliff Richard. He owned the jazz clubs. Carol Kathir and her father and sister used to go to these jazz clubs, and they played music in the jazz clubs, so they all knew each other. So he quite possibly was at this Elm Guest House because he knew her from the jazz club.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I'm convinced he was at the jazz club. I've had loads of survivors contact me about him, but the survivors' evidence never gets lost. They lose it. So.
Well, the Crown Prosecution Service said that they weren't taking the case against him any further because they didn't have enough evidence.
Yeah, well.
They didn't say he didn't do anything. They didn't say he'd never done anything. They just said that they didn't have enough evidence.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, there's no reason that Gary Lewis would have been calling him Dirty Harry. And Gary Lewis and Sonny Kruger were laughing at me because I didn't believe what they were saying.
Yeah.
But they said that these people in the snooker room in their house in Brighton was pictures up in the wall of Sonny Kruger and the Crays and Cliff Richard all together. And Sonny Kruger with Jerry Lee Lewis. Well, Jerry Lee Lewis was a paedophile because he married his 13-year-old cousin.
Well, look at Stephen Fry's husband. And what's that county councillor you sent me a photo of? There's a Labour councillor with a boy of 18 that's just, and the boy of 18, and the boy of 18 had to wait till he was 18 before they could come out as a couple. I mean, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So, yeah, we'll talk about the credit union. Well, I've got testimonies on my YouTube channel by the daughter of a credit union manager, so blah blah blah, and that's that. And then we've got another one, and that's gone, thank goodness. And then, so I'm kind of bored with it now, but you get the idea. And then here's George Dufort. Now there's another thing that said, oh, look at this. Now this is very interesting. This is very interesting. There's another article that says, well, there's evidence to indicate that George Dufort might be Kevin Annett because some of Kevin Annett's supposed ITCCS, arrest warrants or what have you are signed by a George Dufort. But here it says, I've been hired by Believe the Children to look into your scheming. Now, Believe the Children, Chris Costa made a fake, she made a generic profile called Believe the Children. And she later admitted, I made that for for Sophia Green because you blocked her. So she says, I made her a profile called Believe the Children so she could join in this conversation. But it's Sophia Green. Arthur Cowell later told me, with evidence, that Sophia Green was a fake profile belonging to Sonia Van Gelder, which Sonia Van Gelder denied and which opened Arthur's eyes because he's like, she's told me to my face that's her, or Chris has, or both have, and now she's saying, no, it wasn't me. Now, the other bit of information, interesting information I got was Believe the Children is being run on Twitter or a blog by Shiva Burton, who's definitely a troll. So I don't trust...
Oh, yeah, Shiva Burton has been writing stuff about me.
Yeah, no, she's a serious troll. But she's been trolling for 20-something years. She's a government agent that came back out from under the woodwork. And then the rest are just romance scammers.
Shiva Burton Cross of Change, she calls herself.
Yeah, no, she's an agent. She's a lot of survivors have run her off the English. This is what makes me think she might be Sonia Van Gelder. Or yeah, because Sonia Van Gelder's based in Australia, And Shiva Burton, who shares the same logo, Cross of Change, is harassing Australian survivors. So I think they're linked. Lisa Radley, right, let's just do this and we'll finish on this, because really it's just like, it is like waiting. No, that's gone. Dave's
Waiting to who gets them all closed down? There's a lot of them closed down, have been reported.
Well, I'm glad, because I don't even fucking read them for months, because it's horrible. Reinhard Bonnke. Good morning, Reinhard. Oh, no, it's just a fake profile. Hello, sunshine, go away. And now this is probably a fake profile in my son's name. This is where I get seriously pissed off. See?
Josh Slick.
Now that's a fake profile in my son's name. Look at this, Jamie Power Disney. That's my disabled 19-year-old son that they've made a fake profile in the name of. 5 unread messages, bastards.
They're on about the Philippines again on that.
Right, I'll have a look. Attachment, Hampstead research, Mel's magic money-making machine. Hampstead, Angela's charity scam, they're bastards. Using my murder, yeah. Now, that's where, see, look where they've inserted this fake thing again under my name.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you. They're on about the Philippines again.
Yeah, they're trying to, see, that's like what you got where they sent you intelligence. See, imagine, that's demonic. And they've put that under my son's name. That's disgusting. Disgusting. That only a Satanist who does rituals would compose a photo like that. That's. I pray for you. I pray forgiveness for you, whoever that made this fake profile. I pray forgiveness for your generationally satanic family or whatever generational curses they brought. And I pray that your eyes and ears will be open to the truth and that you'll have a window of opportunity to repent in Jesus' name. Josh Stick, that's been removed. And I think that's enough to be going on with. But the thing, how are you, Angela? That might see it. Occasionally I miss a decent person. Oh, it's gone as well. Hello, dear. How are you? As the morning is bright, so is your smile. Shut up. Hello. Good morning, pretty. Hello. Kill yourself. Here we go. Here's a nice one. All right, look at this. And they say I don't get death threats. Kill yourself, you dirty pedo cunt. Well, I'm not a pedo, nor ever was, nor ever will be, thank God. Hello, Angela. That's gone. Right, that'll do. Thank you for going through this. I'm going to stop sharing for now. But I think the point, I trust, there are a lot of people that get fake profiles taken down and go doing research. And I trust people to look into the fact that, I think it's Sonia uses the same logo, Cross of Change, as Shiva Burton. And I think it's Dearman Does Hampstead, run by Chris Costa, that might have been planting disinfo about who's who in Hampstead. And to be honest, if anybody at Hampstead hasn't got the guts to publish who they are, then, you know, you're just a coward. You might be a government coward. You might be a teenage coward. You're a coward.
Yeah, I think some of them are the same person. I don't think
they're definitely. No, definitely. Linguistics analysts have said a lot of them is the same person talking to themselves. It's quite tragic, quite sad. Is there anything you want to add to that? I'm grateful for you just holding my hands. I've got like 100 YouTube comments to go through, but I'll get the courage to do that in the next few days. Not just like you've got to put your whole armor of God on to do it, because it's Satanists, sickos, tormented in their own heads. It's very sad.
Well, it's very hilarious what they've written about me, calling me heifer. heifer. Like a cow, a heifer.
Yeah, they try it, but it's quite clever. It's psychological warfare. They try and find a chink in your armour. So because society's been so manipulated to be self-loathing, they try and find out, is she sensitive about her weight? Is she sensitive about her cats? Is she sensitive about...
Oh, they were on about Sheba being 29.
Yeah.
And they were saying, I love the part about her 29-year-old cat. We've got a 29-year-old cat, and it's stuffed.
And it's what?
It's stuffed.
I can't...
Stuffed.
What?
It's stuffed. It's stuffed, they said.
Oh... They just keep...
They were saying, oh, she must be in the Guinness Book of Records. No, we're not in the Guinness Book of Records.
No, they just keep prodding until they can find a bit where you go, ouch, and then they go for it. You know, it's satanic.
Oh, well, I mean, they'll just be wasting their time with me.
Yeah.
They're very stupid people, because a cat who lives in Orpington near here called Cola was on TV. They tried to claim the oldest cat in Britain title for Cola, because Cola was born in 1985. So Cola is nearly 32 years old. So the oldest cat in the world is something like 38.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's petty. It's like things like, oh, adults don't get diagnosed with ADHD. Well, there's my last, let's see if I can find it's got my name on. There's my last prescription. 54 Concerta XL, 36 milligram Pro Rel GA tabs. Take 2 together daily as directed. Concerta is slow release Ritalin, 72 milligrams daily. But I came off it last summer. I stopped taking it last July. So anyway, that's it for now. People, I'm at a crossroads. I've got another television network interested in collaborating, which is exciting. And I'm hoping that will come to fruition. And I'm going home for 3 months to take care of business and put some things in order. And I'm definitely in need of your support. So those that are not trolls watching this and who've managed to plough through the trolling episode, do please donate. And you must send me, what's your GoFundMe called again? Because I want the link to put in the description box.
It's called Looking for My Missing Son. Find my...
What's it called? Because you have to know exactly.
Exactly.
Send me the link.
How do I do that?
Oh, click onto your campaign and then copy the link from the bar at the top.
Oh, okay.
And then paste it to me, and then I can put it in the description box under our videos.
Okay.
So if you want to help me, I really could use. I've got no embarrassment saying it. I work full time at this. And I really could use some practical support in terms of money. And if you want to help Heather in her quest to find her now 25-year-old son, the Johnny Goss of the UK, who was taken from her at 6 under scandalous, fabricated reasons, I will put a link for Heather's GoFundMe as well. And I just encourage everybody to free up. Like, we don't know how much longer we've got on this planet. And I give away and have done for most of 20 plus years, at least 10% of anything I have coming in, whether it's modest or whatever it is, 10 to 15% of what your income is, you should automatically be putting somewhere, you know, just to remind yourself that our worlds don't just focus around ourselves and that money is not our God. You know, it's just a tool of empowerment when it's used properly. So I just really encourage people to, if you care about children and you enjoy our work, do please, they say where your treasure is, there your heart is also. So do please put your heart into it in a practical way. It's all right. Anything else, Heather, before we sign off? You're in the dark again, but it doesn't matter.
I have the light on.
I know. You might need to get a spotlight to clip onto your PC if we're going to do this regularly, because you're just in the dark. You know, you can get a little spotlight from Argos or somewhere like that, and then you just clip it on your computer to shine on your face.
I think it's just this camera, because this camera isn't.
Oh yeah, it might be. Yeah, you might be just better off getting a good camera. All right, my darling, we'll talk again in a week or so. Well, we'll talk on Facebook, you know, hacked as we are.
Yeah, I have to see what is wrong with it, because I can't understand who or what is opening my messages.
Have you changed your password?
The password was changed a few days ago, but this has just happened overnight.
Yeah, they're going to go after you seriously, but never mind. We've got nothing to hide.
They can do whatever they like. I mean, I said to them, they wrote a whole load of stuff about me, and I said, come and say it to my face.
Yeah, which they never will do, because they're cowards.
No, it could be anybody. You could be walking past them.
There's an open invitation for anybody to join us. Anybody that wants to be, you know, nasty or accusatory or lie or challenge or even have genuine questions, there's an open invitation to join Heather and myself on a Zoom and show your face.
Well, they won't do this.
Yeah, well, you know, we can live in hope. All right, sweetheart, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, then, bye-bye.
Thank you so much.